Every clip of celebrities calling out Diddy for being weird has resurfaced, and it turns out he was being weird all the time.
He would throw a party. One point, I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly. He threw a party, and he said, "Yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw." I'm like, "You are out of your mind."
Jamie Foxx may have slipped up in past interviews, letting the world know that he has attended several Diddy parties.
And when Puff would show up at the club, we couldn't even get in the club if we was in LA because he just take over everything, right? So I started carrying a camera to get into the party.
We all know Diddy loves a good party, and back then, it was cool to say you have turned up to some of them, but the question is which ones were just regular parties and which ones were freak-offs. Some serious A-list celebrities have been to these parties, but now everyone's keeping quiet. Thankfully, we can always rely on the internet to dig up proof. Although Jamie would openly speak out about going to Diddy's parties, now he's been staying out of the matter completely. Another celebrity who openly spoke about Diddy's parties is Ashton Kutcher. The actor was asked in a Hot Ones interview back in 2019 if he had any wild stories from the bashes, and he said, "I've got a lot I can't tell."
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either.
The interview was from 5 years ago, and there's no word on where their friendship stands now, but one's gotta wonder if Ashton has been to a freak-off party. He did try to rack his brain for a safe story to tell, but came up short, which shows that the party he attended was not PG safe. He hasn't publicly commented on Diddy's legal drama yet, but the internet isn't letting this video go anytime soon. So where did all this talk of freak-offs come from? Well, according to various reports and insider claims, these weren't your regular A-list gatherings. If you've been paying attention, you should know by now that Diddy has been accused of throwing parties that he called freak-offs, which are heavily tied to his trafficking, racketeering, and coercion charges. Apparently, a lot of his alleged crimes happened during the freak-offs. And let's not forget the ridiculous stockpile of 1,000 baby oil and lubricant that was reportedly found during a raid at one of Diddy's properties. His lawyer tried to play it off by saying,
I mean, he has a big house, he buys in bulk. You know, I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. I mean, have you sat in the parking lot of a Costco and see what people walk out of there with?
That was a weak save. Sure, Diddy has a 1-year-old child, but we all know those 1,000 bottles of baby oil wasn't for her. While we wait for the trial to find out if any of these allegations are true, the internet has been digging up old videos where Diddy acted questionably. Honestly, it's a surprise that we didn't figure it out sooner.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No.
Diddy just called that man Daddy twice. That entire interview added fuel to the rumors that Diddy has been in the closet for some time. Honestly, it's 2024 and no one actually cares about Diddy's sexuality. The real issue is how he allegedly uses it to control people. There have been whispers for years that Diddy may have abused young male artists trying to break into the industry after promising to act like a sort of mentor. This video feels like a solid example of Diddy trying to gain control of another artist. I mean, if someone calls you daddy in an over-the-top way and you're not playing along, it's a clear red flag. Diddy ignores this and goes on to ask Fabulous why he did not party with him for his birthday, and you can just see the discomfort come over him while he tries to deflect the whole conversation.
I miss his birthday party, man. Man, but I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
Fab's expression says it all. This man clearly didn't know how to handle that conversation. Like, why is Diddy asking a grown man why he didn't party with him on his birthday? The whole thing feels off. It does not seem like Diddy was asking about a regular party. You can just sense that there's a deeper meaning to it.
P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no.
If Cat Williams is warning you to stay away from Diddy's gatherings, you know something's shady. This is not the only time that Diddy has asked young celebrities sus questions. It's like he's not even trying to hide how creepy the whole thing is. In another video that has resurfaced, Diddy also confronts a very young teenage Justin Bieber, asking why he would not hang out with him anymore.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Justin was a minor and Diddy was in his 40s. Nothing could justify wanting to hang out with a minor when you have a habit of hosting orgies. Diddy was never the type of celebrity known for loving kids. It's not like he spent time visiting orphanages, but when it comes to young musicians, he's suddenly interested. The way Justin was nervously stuttering says a lot, especially with his body language. He's completely different from an earlier video where he was excited to spend 48 hours with Diddy.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full crazy.
These two videos were only a year apart, and fans are wondering what might have happened to make Justin distance himself. There are many conspiracy theories that claim that Diddy introduced Justin to a life that he was not ready for, and some think that he may have even abused Justin. All of this came full circle when Justin got super emotional, talking about wanting to protect a young Billie Eilish in the industry. People could feel how painful it was for him to remember his experiences in the music industry.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
If Bieber's situation wasn't weird enough, let's not forget Usher, who was only 13 years old when he was sent to live with Diddy. Usher was part of a mentorship program known as Puffy Flavor Camp, which is a sus name if we're being honest. Although the arrangement was meant to teach Usher about the entertainment industry, it is clear that what Usher experienced was probably just the entertainment aspect.
We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Usher goes on to say that he got the chance to see some curious things, but he did not confirm whether he indulged in women or not. What's interesting is that Diddy continued his wild lifestyle with a 13-year-old living with him and probably exposed Usher to adult behavior. Usher mentioned that he could stay up late until morning if he wanted to and wasn't given any responsibilities. There was probably little to no restriction to what he could do and little monitoring from Diddy.
Can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
Here's what Usher had to say when he was asked if he could send his own children to the Puffy Flavor Camp.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Like, if you wouldn't send your kid there, maybe the Puffy Flavor Camp wasn't just about music after all. While Diddy's public persona had been that of a flashy businessman in the entertainment industry, these allegations have turned the public against him. It all started in November 2023, when Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend, for 11 years filed a civil lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of sexual assault, physical abuse, and human trafficking, which began when she was just 19 years old. In one of the most shocking turns of events, Cassie and Diddy reached a settlement just a day after the lawsuit was filed, which made people doubt her story. At least that was until the video of him assaulting her was leaked. Now the public is on her side. Cassie's lawsuit seemed to embolden others to come forward with their own stories. In September, Dawn Richard, a former bandmate, accused Diddy of the exact same thing as Cassie and filed another lawsuit against him.
She claiming that he'll remove her from songs and turn off her mic when she performing, when she'll turn down his advances.
That's some little teenage boy control. He used to controlling everything. He used to rejection. I believe her.
In total, Diddy faces lawsuits for more than a dozen people, but his stance has remained consistent. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges, but the sheer amount of evidence against him has made it difficult to dismiss these claims. When you consider the infamous bottles of baby oil and lubricant, as well as the hidden cameras and firearms found on his properties, it seems like a losing battle. With old videos of him acting weird towards male artists, we may start seeing many males filing lawsuits against him in the coming days. It seems like it's only a matter of time before the whole truth comes to light. So what do you think? Are people overreacting by analyzing these old videos? Or was Diddy really acting suspicious the entire time? Let us know what you think in the comments below.